I saw Handbuff Death Knight is actually back on the menu on the stats on HS Replay, and even though the sample size was pretty small, I decided to give it a go, and honestly I couldn't stop winning, except against Shaman actually. But you're gonna see the game, it was actually pretty close, and we definitely didn't curve off as good as we could have. So I wouldn't say the matchup is that bad. But in this video I'm gonna give you a guide about this deck, talk about mulligans, win rates, and general tips so you guys know what you could be doing with and against this deck. So I hope you find it helpful, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be great, but now let's check out the deck.
You are not prepared!
Here's the list I used, and it is running a couple of new cards. The Storm the Gates definitely feels decent in here. Discovering yourself a bunch of undead beasts definitely could be pretty great, and you could get some pretty nasty combos that way, not gonna lie. Not to mention you also get undeads in there, so you are gonna be able to buff him with a lot of your hand buff stuff. But this is actually something I didn't think about when I was choosing my minions, so be careful. Don't forget you actually only buff undeads with your Lesser Spinal Spellstone, as well as with your Amateur Puppeteer, even though the Blood Tap does buff everything, same can be set for City Chief Esho. Anyway, what is this deck trying to do? In the first few turns, you're trying to get yourself a few corpses, you're trying not to fall behind on the board, you're trying to card draw if you can, that kind of stuff. And around turn 5, you are starting to buff out your hand out of proportion. Later on, you either win through sheer insane amounts of stats, or through things like big damage out of your Quilter, big damage out of your Gnome Muncher, that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty satisfying deck, not gonna lie. It makes you feel like you're playing Battlegrounds here and there. But let's go through the cards themselves. We have a couple of Lesser Spinal Spellstones in here, and with these, you don't even need to max out on them. Technically speaking, you could even use them on turn 1 if you have a pretty proper hand already. Like if you already have something like Brittlebone Buccaneer, Chowfallen Baron, Dread Raptor, or something like that, you straight up play this on turn 1 and you curve out like a champ with that kind of hand. But it's definitely a little bit better if you actually buff it out later too. But it really comes down to the matchup, so be smart about it. The Morbid Swarms are a great way to get yourself a bunch of stuff on the board, get yourself a bunch of corpses this way. In some situations, you might use it for the damage, but more often than not, you'd much rather go for board. Storm the Gates is not a bad thing to do on turn 1, you're definitely gonna get this thing done quite quick, and don't forget this also gives you -3 discount for the thing you discover, and like I said, you could get some pretty insane combinations in here, including things like Charge, Rush Poisonous, and anything in between. The Blood Tap is pretty nice, buffing out everything in your hand, but try to have an actual hand worth buffing, don't just play it because it's glowing yellow. And one of the best targets you could be buffing would be things like Nerubian Swarm Guards, the Reanimated Pterodax, the Darkhorn Quilter, heck, in some cases even the Gnome Muncher, the Rainbow Seamstress, as well as the Dreadhound Handler. Buffing out Brittlebone Buccaneer can also be great, so you can maybe pretend tempo it out. The Buccaneer in here has some pretty nice combos with things like Amateur Puppeteer, but definitely don't try to combo it for turn 8 or something dumb like that. You either tempo it, and if you stick it, you combo it with Puppeteer, or you go for a turn 6 Brittlebone Buccaneer plus the mini Amateur Puppeteer, and that also would be pretty decent. You can also double up your Dreadhound Handler like that, even though it's only a single copy in here. Doubling up Chowfallen Baron gives you 1 extra card, so it's not the worst, but that's about it. And it also does act like a pseudo taunt for the opponent, so they are gonna try everything they can to actually kill it, and nowadays they probably will succeed because it only has 3 health unless you've buffed it. The Dreadhound Handler is decent because it gives you extra corpses, but it also has Rush, so if you buff it, you could be doing some crappy things for the opponent. The Poison Breath could be amazing on your Darkhorn Quilter, this way it's only gonna take 1 shot for him to kill everything, but also you could be using it on a 1/1 Dreadhound, or straight out on your Hero Parrot if you feel like it's worth, that kind of stuff. The Chowfallen Baron is gonna help you cycle through the deck, the Rainbow Seamstress helps you with the healing. You are a Rainbow deck, so she's gonna have 1 of everything, but don't forget the Reborn is not gonna have either the Rush or Lifesteal on her, it's just gonna be a vanilla free one, which is still something, but it's not amazing. The Toy Snatching Geist can give you all sorts of interesting things. If you're thinking about cutting something out of the deck, by the way, I feel Toy Snatching Geist could be one of the cards you might, maybe for an extra Dreadhound Handler or something like that, but to be honest, the Snatching Geist is a pretty hit and miss card. The cool thing about him is you can buff him and also get yourself a discounted idiot out of him, but sometimes it gives some absolute garbage, not gonna lie. Whereas in other cases, it gives you more of the stuff you already have, but there's just plenty of undeads in the game right now, so the pool is definitely very diluted. The Darkhorn Quilter, if you've actually buffed this guy even to a 6 damage, you could try to just tempo him out. That might actually be worth it in some cases. And if the opponent can't really kill it from hand, they're gonna have a very hard time sticking a board. The Dread Raptor is great, giving you a lot of card draw, because this thing could literally give you a 0-mana Show Fallen Baron like that, but don't forget you only have 3 cheap Death Rattle minions, so it's not super amazing if you've already drawn them out. The Nerubian Swarm Guard could be amazing against a lot of things, and tempoing him out slightly buffed could be huge against most opponents. The Amateur Puppeteer is obviously super satisfying when it pops off, and you could get yourself an extra copy of her from things like Toy Snatching Geist. Heck, you could even get an extra copy out of the Storm the Gates even. But don't forget this only buffs undeads. Getting Reborn on this could be great, but don't lose your mind trying to do it. Even just playing it vanilla could be huge, and after that doing the 1-mana Puppeteer plus the Brittle Bone Buccaneer could also be huge, but the bigger your hand is, the better for this thing, so try to actually have a decent hand size. If it's not costing you too much tempo, that is. The Reanimated Pterodax is also pretty amazing, giving you tons of lifesteal, and also you could straight out tempo it for free because it only costs you corpses, and those are usually easy to get. City Chief Esho can also be amazing, and a lot of the times the opponents don't even suspect you're gonna be buffing the entire board. They do expect you to buff hand, but not the board as much, so if you do something like a turn 5 vanilla Nerubian Swarm Guard plus a bunch of 1/1s out of Swarm, the next turn you could actually buff him out of proportion and start really clapping some cheeks. And last but not least, we have a single copy of a Gnome Muncher. It's not the most amazing card in the deck, but it definitely could come in with the clutch in some games, especially if the opponent is pretty low and has a bunch of big taunts, let's say. There's really no matchups or anything like that, so let's just see what kind of mulligans we could be looking for. And going first and second, you're always gonna want your Morbid Swarm. Dreadhound Handler for turn 2 ain't bad. The Raptor also ain't the worst, even though it's not the best either. Depending on the matchup, you might consider holding on to Puppeteer, but only do that if you know you're against a somewhat slow matchup and you already have a decent curve at least. Storm the Gaze definitely ain't bad for turn 1. Brittlebone Buccaneer. If you think it's gonna stick, you could try, but usually it don't stick nowadays. True Fallen Baron's okay. Toy Snatching, not so amazing, but it could be an okay thing to hold on to. In some cases, you might even consider things like buffs plus Nerubian Swarm Guard, but it could be tricky. On the coin, again, we have similar situations, so try to curve off properly, and here I'd say the Amateur Puppeteer does become indeed a little bit more capable, because playing it as soon as turn 4 could be nice, but the rest is kind of the same deal. All around, that's it for the deck, and this one is basically free to play, guys. Like, City Chief Esho was free to get, so everything else is just a bunch of epics, rares, and commons, so it's gonna be pretty easy to build for most. So I hope you found the guide helpful, and if you did, a like and subscribe would be great, but now let's check out the deck in action. Hope you enjoy. Okay.
Crush your defiance as I crushed your city.
If this guy's not too quick, this hand might be worth. Better not be too quick. Not the best. Not the best at all. We do have a decent amount of lifesteal in this one. Couple of rainbows, couple of reanimateds, a Gnome Muncher. I don't know, man. Probably not today. What do we say to Chrono Druid? Not today, chat. Okay. We are gonna have a lot of card draw with this one. Twisted Sisters. Next turn the Raptor allows us to keep on plopping. Plop it like it's hot. This guy doesn't handle Toll well. As he's about to find out. Yeah. Today. We say today to not today. Sure. That's definitely one of the plays ever. I think he still doesn't realize we are the hand buffy kind. We're buffing quite the hand here. Real question is he gonna get the OTK from hand? Be a lot cooler if he didn't, but even if he did, he's gonna need to chip us a little bit more than he has. I think we can stir Malfin. Not that it's a lot, but it's from the heart, okay? Oh, man. Brittlebone would have been decent. This also ain't that bad to kill this 7-6 actually, but I'm kinda into him killing that 7. Okay, okay. Let's think about it. Kinda wanna be playing this. Yeah, okay. Let's just do it like this then. Buff it a little bit more. Okay. This actually changes things a little. Question is, does this guy run Bob? If he's running Xavius, he is running Bob. But, that's a big but, I will do this and still unlock myself, so if he does go do that, at least I have a City Chief Esho play. And if he doesn't do that, I still have a City Chief Esho play, you know? Okay. That's a lot of damage. And even if he does freeze us, very soon we can machine gun Kelly his mouth. His fin mouth. Okay. I guess. If that's how you want to play it, we're just gonna go big then. Just gonna go big then. Problem is, he did drop us quite a lot here, but the solution is we got a lot of life stealage in it. A lot of life stealage in it. Okay. What's the full play? A bunch of taunts and corpsey boys. Okay, okay. Go ahead and do this. Do this. A little bit of this. A whole lot of that. And we're almost back out of range of 24 to the mouth, but he's not doing it next turn for sure, so it's fine. Be a lot cooler if he doesn't have Brewmaster to bounce that 3-5, but I don't think he has room for Brewmaster if he's running Xavius. Six damage AoE still doesn't save him completely. Fucker got it. Well, that's no fun. That's no fun. He's getting exactly what he needs to actually handle all my crap like that, huh? We're still on the board though. Vigorously and long time. He's still in it to win it. I mean, at this point, Darkhorn Quilter doesn't allow him to have a board ever. I could give it the Venomous, but I won't. I'm gonna do this instead. Okay, this is gonna be 0. The leeches as well. I'm gonna do the leeches. This could be insane. So can this, but I like this better. Okay, this might actually be better. Let's go Machine Gun Shitty. And Sucky Men. And we're back to full. That was decent. Could have been better, but God knows could have been worse. I think this is where he fucks off.
These could belong to a brand new species.
Who could put a price on
Okay, if he steals twice, he does fuck me over actually. Does he steal twice?
Finding
Fucking does. He doesn't win. But it's a lot of damage. And a lot of healing to go with it too. Please don't get a Brewmaster. I mean, even if he did, he doesn't have the mana to play it, so it's fine. That's what you do? Oh, he's gonna double tap it. Sure, it doesn't matter which one you steal at this point. Unless he decides to return it, but he don't. Well, that was definitely one of the plays ever. Now it's definitely a play ever. Thankfully for me, I got this guy. Now this guy too. That's good. Okay. His win con is kinda on the board. Problem is I can't kill it.
my rule is eternal.
This was bigger, it would have been a lot cooler, but can't really do that just yet. Let's just go ahead with this. Good news is this is gonna get sucked off. I'll still play this for Wind Fury. With City Chief Esho, it's still pretty sick. That's all. Cool thing is, I'm just way out of range for him, so he does need some pretty miraculous way to reach me. Not to mention, he is still getting pushed. So I don't think he's coming back from that one.
The moment is upon us.
Sisters, my instinct shall hunt down our enemies.
Random bullshit go, but it's not very cheap bullshit, is it?
I have no time for games.
Missed me with that shit. Okay. Okay, we're not connecting. You did discover that could be a freezing. Could steal this. And if it's a freezing, bounce it back in my hand. Not freezing.
I have but little time. You give the best hugs.
Just draws a little. That's all I do.
Sisters, my instinct shall hunt
Sure.
down our enemies.
This draws me a shadow spell. It's something still.
I found a sea urchin. Jungle not scary. Jungle fun.
That doesn't do what you think it does. I should know, I've done it. Okay, still manages a little.
A black arrow. I have no time.
Wasn't he supposed to go in the 8-10 with it?
I found a sea urchin.
Okay, this is his all-in. Okay. Okay. That looks lethal to me. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that's lethal to me. Cool. Cool. Okay, definitely one of the wins ever. 2060. What is this? 2015? Against the Warlock? What is even that? Egg Warlock is somewhat coming back, but not really. Shred Warlock is playable, but not really. This guy turns out to be Shred. This Seamstress might be important. If it's not, it's not, but I'm gonna keep it going second. Okay. Okay. Yeah, wait, what? Not again. Could just Brittle on turn 2 if nothing better presents itself. That ain't the best, that ain't the worst. I'm gonna do it. Forgot it's only 3 health, actually. It's been a while. Oh well, live the full life. He didn't card draw, at least, that's something, but neither will we.
The citadel stands strong.
That's something. Egg he is. Egg he is. This is not a drill. How can I handle the egg? I just go quick. Gotta go fast. And also we can fuck it up with the poison use later, if we manage to crack him at the same time, that is. We might. Not a card draw. Next turn I could go white as hell. Never mind. Not sure what he's doing is very good, by the way. Okay, let's go with a bunch of free 5s. Let's go ahead and do this, and next turn we could just City Chief Fasho, make him bigger, better. If he doesn't get copies of that egg, I could even just crack it out on my own terms. Oh, come on, bro. Acceptables. I can literally kill it right now if I want to. I can literally kill it right now if I want to.
My rule is eternal.
I don't have the poisonous though. Without the poison breath, things can get fugly. Things could get fugly.
My rule is eternal.
I'll still drop it a little, but not too much. Let's go somewhat wide. It's gonna be 1 mana.
I have but little time.
Oh shit. That ain't the worst. Okay, this way you can only get a single 20. And I actually have a charge poisonous right now. If I actually had enough mana, I could have done that straight out. Problem is, he still has Umbra in there somewhere. He opens it. What else he do? Is he gonna get an extra copy? He fucking does, but only a hot single. Don't you dare get another hot single in there. Double 20. Sure. Oh shit, I thought I had charge on it, man. Would have been a lot cooler if I did. Well, fork. Me. Huh?
Is eternal.
Clear cut. Could use a trim.
But little time. Get off stage!
Could have played this better, but this thing could have had Reborn. But as soon as we handle this one, and he doesn't have Umbra straight out, he's fucked. Gotta say, I'm very, very low on the hand buff area here. Far from the ideal game for us, that's for sure. He, on the other hand, is definitely getting a jolly good time, innit? Where that Venomous at? If he leaves me a little bit of boards, next turn I'm buffing. Okay, who the fuck runs this crap? Get to heal a bunch with this and stay on the board with it too. That is something. +2 on everything on the board. Hero power involved or this thing. It's almost there, but it ain't. What about this guy? Nothing. Nah. Spiders will get +2. They will, but it's not enough. It's gonna be 18 damage with the Dreadhound and this thing. I'm gonna leave it like this. Still have a little bit of board, but don't want to get punished too much by AoE. Fucking had it all along. Well, this is where my real problems start. There's a couple of 2020s potentially coming out of that. There's one. Okay, it's just a hot single, but still, it is good enough for him. Now you come, you piece of piss. Problem is, this 0-3 is still gonna screw me over, and this is not even that big. Fuck. That ain't happening. I am potentially alive here, though. But this really needed to be a lot bigger. Let me tempo this shit for reasons and see what that do. Kill the big man. There you go. That was perfect. That was perfect. I needed a little bit of perfect in my life there, not gonna lie. I'm still in deep shit, but not as deeper as I used to be. Bit less deep. Bit less deep. Okay, that's gonna get cracked, but it don't go face. He should be hero empowering here if he already doesn't have a great play in hand. Sure. Just face? Are you drugs? Does he have AoE at the end or something? Should be getting them shreds real soon. There's 4 of them. There's one. I'm not dead. One off. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is this right? No taunt on the board, you say. Well, get fucked then, son. I mean, if I were you, I'd just get fucked in that case. Unbelievable. Jesus. What a game, what a gamer right there. She fucking zus. God damn it, son, what a game that one was. Had the butt clench a little bit too much for that one. God knows the game wanted us to lose that one. Okay, against the Rogue O. Against the Rogue O. I can go like that. Good game. Handbuff DK back on the menu, boys.
Number 802, welcome to the collection.
Okay, where were we now? Yes, the fabled hero power. Okay, this guy probably cycling, but he could be Protoss for all we know. Looks Looks like cycle to me. Every day we cycle in. I think we should be very good against this guy. We have way too much healing. But if he goes super fast against us, we're in deep shit. I'm no Psycho Rogue expert, but that sounded dumb. That kind of looked dumb, didn't it? God knows I'm no Psycho Rogue expert. I'm a Psycho Rogue experiment. Sure. He is setting up for a proper spider real soon. He already has quite a few minions played of the cheap kind, so he can really cycle with that. Will he do it? I'm gonna hold on to this guy for when we buff it. I will probably need to handle something. Like that. Like that, like that. So that's how you play it, is it? Huh. You live, you learn. Well, he's definitely dropping those, alright. Turn 4 and he's doing this. Jesus. It's gonna be a full board. Everything must go after all. And it did. And it did. That's a lot of cycle. Whole lot of cycle over there. A motorcycle. Okay, that's good, that's good. In that case... I think buffing it is counterproductive. I do want to handle it though. And I'm a buff. Am I gonna buff? Yeah, I'm a buff. I don't need to be too greedy here. Oh shit. Okay, perfect. Get fucked, son. We didn't waste too much healing. We still have this, we still have that. I was contemplating if I should just go for Rainbow Seamstress plus the 2 mana Brittle Bone plus just a 2/1. I think this way it's kind of better. He doesn't OTK me and I'm gonna be able to heal back quite easily after that, so I don't think we're gonna be ever in real danger. One shot. I could burn his chicken next turn. Not that he needs it that much anymore, but he doesn't not need it. Took one for the team. Okay, I can give him a banana, because he's been such a good boy. I can burn this chicky boy. I can just tempo the hell out of him. Ain't no coming back from that. Governor. Should be on his merry way real soon. Would be nice if we get to face a shaman with this deck though. That's the real testicle of time. Okay, only bullshit wins it for him at this point, and I'm not sure there's a hero card that does that. Oh, for sure, man. Great design right there. Why didn't I think of that? He's almost dead, and by almost, I mean... almost. I can drop him down to 7, so this never attacks face. I'd rather see what's behind door number 2. This one's tradable at least. I don't have a frost spell. Not tradable it. That ain't bad for next turn. A bit of face thing though. Come on, bro. Have some dignity.
Rot number 802, welcome to the collection.
Easy. How does Kill Jaden Death Knight feel now? What is this Kill Jaden you speak of? If it's Control Death Knight, it feels great. Against the mage. Sadly, couldn't find a single shaman with this one. What can I say, guys? I gotta run to dinner after this one. It is what it is. The shamans elude me. Said nobody ever. This is an okay curve, honestly. Question is, what is this guy? Probably Protoss in it. Protoss should fuck me over if I gotta be honest. If he has the 5-drop elementals, and they all do, he should be fucking me vigorously and long time. Unless I go wide. Wide and tall. Usually they don't run blizzards, but this guy might make an exception. This gives him a target for the free drop, but apparently he doesn't have it. The free damage, that is. Okay, we are curving at least. Not the best. Marrow Manipulator could be decent. A lot of the time the board's gonna be empty. Protoss Rogue very powerful. Not according to the stats, but it's up there. It's playable, that's for sure. Might want to give it a check at some point, sure. Sounds good, sounds good. Okay, we get the Discover. It's gonna be a 1 mana 4/4. Down with that. With the full life. Yeah, once avoid, and then I realized how bad it is. I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad.
is eternal.
I actually thought we were playing a little bit more here. Okay, let me just do this and even this thing. Let's see if he plays a 3-5 against it. Does he have another pair of 5 damage? Okay. He does have the coin, so he can still 5 damage plus Chalice, but that's not a great way to waste the coin. Missed me with that shit. That's no good for him. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that was kind of fucky for him. He still could coin, though. Doesn't. Let's fucking go then. Let's fucking go then. Nice. Let's make them mental. Tall as fuck, boy. Tall as fuck. But not too tall now, you hear? Don't want to give him infinite armor. Of course. Okay. Denies me the damage for 1 turn. Can he do it for too much more, though? What we get there? This one is the least shit. Might as well keep it cheap. Don't have Bob, don't have Blizzards here. It would be cheating after all. Yes. Be a lot cooler if he doesn't have a bounce for it. Be a lot cooler if he don't. Problem is I didn't leave myself with a proper rusher here, so I'm kind of fucked. Yeah, I wish I picked the poison rusher. Let me just get myself something out of this guy. I'm not a huge fan of a potential 13 armor for him, though. They're all crap. Don't know, saying the worst. Bob me sideways. Don't you dare have your single copy of a Brewmaster.
I remember this place well.
Looks like a GG to me. That's just GG with extra steps, my guy. Brace yourself. 54 damage, would like to know your face's location. There is not a spell in the world that saves you here, bud. Not for 4 mana or less, that is. Knowing what he knows now. That can't lose, apparently. But also it can't find a shaman. Can we find a shaman, guys? Answers to these questions and more. Punchy. Okay, I mean, it ain't great. It ain't great. I'm gonna try like that. Okay. Hand does have potential, but it also gets hexed. I don't like the blob. It's a little bit too slow of a hand. We're about to find out, GT. We're about to find out. Not with a hand like this, it ain't. I can tell you that much. Like, none of these are great for this early. Heck, not even Puppeteer I wouldn't keep. It's an okay thing to top deck, but not with a hand like this, it ain't. Well, he on the other hand is curving alright. Okay, that's something to do. Let's get ourselves a corpse, killing the battle cry. We do have a lot of recovery potential, but not if he curves out like a champ. So far he kinda does. I'm gonna go with this. Pterodactyls on a discount don't do much. This does draw me the Blood Tappage. It's gonna cost only 2 mana too. Could do that. The jar was also not horrible, but not that great either. Question is, does this guy run hexes in there, and does he have them? Oh fuck. At least he's slightly slower than he could have been. That's something. But still, next turn he could have the chickens actually. We make him big. Next turn I can amateur puppy. It's gonna be a large puppy too. Be a lot cooler if he doesn't have the birds, but he fucking does. Kills this for free. I don't have a great way to kill it myself. But the puppy is still fine here. Just hope he doesn't have a second pair. That'd be a bit too much. A second pair would not be cash money. Okay, let's see what we discover. What a discount, no doubt. -3. The banana could fuck him over. They ain't great, but this one's okay, I guess. 2 mana, large monkey. Could be fine, chat. Okay, that ain't great, that ain't the worst. A lot of damage to my mouth. Next turn I need to gain a little life back. That's a lot of damage. Okay, we are healing. We are healing though. I think I'm gonna go like this.
Could use a trim.
Not the worst burn. Nothing too fancy either. Let's not pretend. Okay. Next turn I can heal a bunch with this. Bunch of rushers. Wish upon a shit. Fuck. Okay, he is connecting mouth, any? No, he ain't. Let's fucking go then. Think we're in the clear, man. Think we in the clearsies. Okay. Okay. We like that. We like that. This thing kills that thing. We're back to full basically if I do that. Not sure I want to do that. I could just hero power Venomoose into this thing. It's not gonna be very developing though. Nah. I mean, I could bait him and think we're a wounded creature. Chuck it in the fucking bucket. Might as well take the bigger amount of damage. So that other man is a bit healthier. And let me get myself a couple of ones. I could have actually even made it into a 50-50, but I don't think it was worth. Okay. Back to the drawing board for this man's. Problem is I don't have anything Da Vinci in hand. Some Chofallen, actually Dread Raptor into Chofallen would be pretty bomb. That a hex? If I didn't know any better, I'd say that's a hex. He has the Venomoose, I mean the 1 mana, 0 mana, 1 damage. Be a lot cooler if he didn't. Something. Could have been worse, that's for sure. Okay, back to the face place. Back to that sweet face of mine. I think it's time I Venomoose that. Is it though? Is it though? Could try my luck with this. If I do that, turn becomes very limited. Shit's going sideways, yeah. This ain't bad. Yeah, this looks okay. Okay, we are on the board, guys. This is not a drill. We on the board, yo. Piss. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Somehow we manage. Couple of 8/8s in my future, no doubt. It does look like he is the more streamlined variant, so he doesn't have too much late game from where I'm standing. It'd be a lot cooler if he doesn't have the Alakir Ziliax late game. To be fair, we don't know that for real. He did curve off slower than he was supposed to, if we gotta be honest, so wouldn't be surprised if he does have it indeed. Okay, a couple of big men. What else? Nothing else. Okay, mildly annoying. Annoying of the mildly kind. That's a waste. Unless he's activating the card draw again. That ain't rare. Bit expensive though. Okay, I think we should just do this, do this, do this. Call it a play. It's hard, yeah, it's hard. If he gets his shutter block and he trips me up, I don't have a great answer no more. That's the not so neat part. If this gives me something obscenely big, that'd be great, but usually they give small shit. I just go for a couple 8/8s. That's what he does. That's what he do, nephew. See what that do? I mean, that always gives me 0 mana card draw, but still. No, actually, it's not always, but it did. We're not dead, but we're not very happy. I'd rather grab a lot of card draw here if I can.
A citadel stands strong. A citadel stands strong.
We're dead. God damn it. As the rushers. We tried, but it was never meant to be. Maybe I should have gone with the big man. The big man could have got me some taunts, could have got me a no muncher, that kind of crap. I went greedy there, especially with the Buccaneer play. That was not worth it. Oh well, all around, we definitely had a fair fight there. We gave him a run for his money, but we really curved out a lot less impactful than we could have, whereas that guy curved off as good as he could have hoped for. Turn 1, couple of 1/1s, turn 2 location, turn 3 Hagata. I mean, what do you mean, guys? Oh well, good stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff.